Hello, welcome along to this video. Now, yesterday I was lucky enough to go down to the Premier Challenge in Yeovil. It's actually the first one all season that I've managed to get to, because everything else has clashed, every other one rather has clashed with something else, whether it's the home football match, or once I was going to go and see Wicked and I had the tickets for months, another time it was a family member's birthday and we'd had plans for months again. Oh no, there was one that I was free for, but I'd recently had an operation, so I couldn't go to that one. I was practically bedridden, just sat there rather, shaking my fist. I wasn't that bedridden, I was just sat there, nothing else, no other letters in that word. So yeah, it was quite good. I didn't make it into the top cut. I'll spoil the surprise for you right now, but I'll get on to what spoilt my chances a bit later on, because that'll be a forthcoming battle. So today's episode has got 4 battles in it, the first of which is against Toby here, who is known as El Pigger, and well, I'll just get straight into it. It should be fresh in my mind, seeing as it was only yesterday, but you never know, so let's get going. I'm using the same team, by the way, that I've been using in my latest battle spot videos. So there he is. He looks exactly the same as me. So I led with Suicune and nicknamed the Salamence, which he went for those two. Intimidate from Salamence. Now I'm expecting the taunt from this Gengar, so I'm not going to use Tailwind. Although I'm kind of worried by this Mega Venusaur, because I think I need to save Salamence whatever happens because of this Mega Venusaur. So I send out Scizor to take care of this Gengar. And he does Mega Evolve. I'm worried, seeing as I think I bought Arcanine as well with me, I can't actually remember. I'm worried that it's just going to be this long-winded, drawn-out battle. It was horrible. But no, he doesn't taunt, he does go for a Will-O-Wisp, and luckily I miss it. And because I'm expecting the taunt, I go for a Snarl, which is good against both of these special attackers. We did talk after the match that the Will-O-Wisp miss actually didn't matter in the end, because Scizor hardly does anything this match. And that's super effective on Suicune, but the bulk is real. Okay, so next turn, the Protect, and I go for the knockoff onto Gengar. You'll notice I do a lot of these sorts of things where I'll attack into a Protect or a Switch, and a lot of the time I actually predicted it as well. So something I need to do, oh yeah, I guess it didn't have taunt, so went straight for the Tailwind there. Something I need to do on the Nationals next week is actually play on those predictions a bit more, because they could be the turning point of some matches. So Gengar comes out, and I think, yeah, I go straight for the knockoff again into that spot. But it will be Suicune first. Beg your pardon, no it won't. I don't know the speeds of my own Pokemon. So yeah, the knockoff comes out. It doesn't do a lot, but it does a lot in terms of knocking off that Pixie Plate, which is always useful. It does it's about a third, isn't it, of damage. It's not too bad. The Snarl doesn't do a lot, but it helps in terms of reducing the special attack. And I kind of want to leave that Venusaur there until I can switch Salamence back in to take it out, so I'm happy to just kind of keep on wearing it down like that, so it can't do anything, or at least we'll switch out. Now both my Pokemon seeded now, so that Venusaur not going anywhere fast. And the Leech Seed and the Life Orb damage will start to take their toll on Scizor if I'm not careful here. So next up, Suicune comes out, because it's really done all it can at this stage, and I bring in Salamence, also predicting as well a Giga Drain onto that slot, which is not going to do a huge amount to Salamence. He does Protect there, expecting the Bullet Punch, and again I predicted the Protect there, so I should have attacked the Venusaur, but it's all good. Giga Drain does come in. He's -2 now, this Venusaur, and it's double not very effective, so not doing a huge amount of damage. I think he's getting more from the Leech Seed. Venusaur comes out there in the face of the Salamence, and Gengar comes back out. Obviously looking for the burn against these two, and Sylveon switches out as well in the face of that Scizor, which it was not a good matchup there for Toby with those two in. And Heatran is there, which is going to laugh in the face of this Bullet Punch. I can't remember whether I protected here or not. I wouldn't have thought I'd be too worried about about outspeeding things at this stage. No, I don't protect. Bullet Punch into Heatran doesn't do a lot. I've seen all his Pokemon now as well, so I can plan accordingly. Double Edge obviously intended for that what's it called, Venusaur. Toby did actually sacrifice his Gengar there, knowing that that double edge was going to come in. Which he was saying afterwards seemed like a mistake in the end. Sylveon comes back in, which can obviously knock out Salamence pretty easily, but then comes out again to bring in that Venusaur, which is going to take a bullet punch. Yes. So it does a hefty amount of damage there. Obviously Scizor is steadily dying, and I was thinking I need to knock out this Sylveon regardless, so I kind of sacrificed the Scizor here, expecting to get the KO on the Sylveon. Earthquake, not a common move on Salamence, as I've mentioned before. So that Heatran says goodbye, and that's nearly it now. Although I don't have a super effective way of hitting that Sylveon, but I have brought an Arcanine with me, so I can at least resist everything. Intimidate, not useful at all, but every little helps, I suppose. Double edge. I mean, the Venusaur dies there. I mean, you think maybe it's salvageable at this point, and I would argue that it's definitely salvageable. I mean, at this stage here, I just go straight for the attack, but I forget how bulky Sylveon is. So the Hyper Voice comes out and Salamence goes down. Whereas I could have snarled or Will-O-Wisped or something like that, and then protected, and then knocked it out with a double edge from Salamence. But I know I have Sylveon, so I can at least snarl it to within an inch of its life, if nothing else. But yeah, I mean, I could have wrapped up a bit quicker there by protect Will-O-Wisp and then protect with Arcanine and double edge. I tried to just get it all done in one go. But yeah, I just want to make sure it can't do anything to me. So it's at this stage, I know I'm absolutely fine. Leftovers has got me sorted there. So I go for another Snarl with Suicune on this turn. Yeah. And the Flamethrower as well, just to double check, double be sure. So now I think, well, let's look at the numbers here. 166, down to 148. Oh, not quite, but I mean, it's my. I wanted to be on the safe side. He would have lost the next turn, so he did forfeit. So yeah, not a bad start there. My DS has just gone low on battery, so I'm going to get my charger. But I'm going to have to cut it in between every battle anyway, because I need to put the battle code in, because I'm on a different 3DS for recording. So yeah, I will see you in a bit. Well, no time at all will pass for you, but you know what I mean. Okay, so the next battle was against last year World Championship competitor Jamie Miller. So, you know, nice easy battle for me there. Well, we can see he's got, well, he brought with him that Gastrodon, which I'm predicting I'm going to have trouble against, because I don't have any grass type moves on my team, and Ferrothorn is always a bloody nightmare. But that's why I bought Arcanine, and because of that Thunderous, I've brought Raichu along with me. So let's get on with it. And I changed the music. You've only got 4 choices of music though when you play Link battles. It's really annoying. Shiny Blaziken, no less. Okay, I was having a bit of trouble in team preview, so a lot of my lead choices in these matches are fairly random. Scizor's not going to enjoy that though, so I bring in Arcanine, and of course I get Intimidate as well. I didn't bring Suicune with me because I thought there's no point in Tailwinding, because that Blaziken's always going to be faster anyway. My main attackers are faster than his other ones as well. And I fake out the Gastrodon. It's not doing a huge amount. Of course, I can't burn Blaziken, which is an annoying thing. I've just got to rely on Intimidate. His other 2 Pokemon, by the way, were Mamoswine and Staraptor. And Toby's other 2 were Rotom Wash and Landorus T. Protect. I want to keep hold of Raichu, because I know it's going to be useful, but it hasn't really presented an opportunity to be useful yet. So a Snarl here just going into the Gastrodon. And a super effective Earth Power there into Arcanine. The Snarl helping, but still doing a lot of damage, and getting the special defense drop as well, which is not nice. Sorry, I was stretching then, hence the odd tone. And see, this is why I didn't bother with Tailwind. I mean, he's going to be faster whatever I do. And then I switch out Arcanine and bring in Salamence. Not only does that get another Intimidate, but I can also super effect it. And I mean, you can kind of tell by the switches, I'm kind of at a loss here. It's kind of a... Well, the way Jamie put it afterwards was it was like a game of chess, and whoever lost the first piece was going to be at a disadvantage. So it was like we were just kind of making tentative inroads. And out goes Blaziken, and in comes whatever that is. It's a Thundurus. Salamence. Another Protect from Raichu, because I wanna keep it here. Because of that. Yeah, not really. Nothing's really helping here. So out comes Salamence and in comes Scizor again. Gastrodon protects. I think it had leftovers, didn't it? That's right, Hidden Power Ice. That's why I switched out as well. I know I'm not going to knock it out as well, so I may as well just keep it. So a Thunderbolt from Raichu. Just trying to do as much as possible. But he does switch it out there. And in... Oh, whoops. Dropped my Stilo. In comes Ferrothorn, obviously predicting that I'm going to attack with the Scizor onto that spot. So trying to get as much damage as possible. And Blaziken comes in over there. Minus all the attack drops I gave it as well. I encored the Protect, but that was no good. And the knockoff there. And the Iron Barbs go ouchie. Thank goodness it wasn't a Rocky Helmet as well. So Raichu not having fun there. It's in comes Salamence. Ferrothorn switches out then. Sorry, same turn. And Thundurus comes back in. And Protect from Scizor. Predicts that and attacks the Salamence. Not doing a huge amount, but he's not got much HP left now, has he, Salamence? And now he's even faster. Bullet Punch from Scizor. I'm trying to knock out that Thundurus, it doesn't quite get there. Rock Slide from Blaziken. I'd lined up a Rock Slide with Salamence on this turn as well, which would have helped immeasurably had I survived, but I'm not sure on the damage calculations there, to be honest. Maybe it was a crit there. Maybe it was a foregone conclusion by that point. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? Life Orb gets the better of Thundurus there. So, not over yet. Although it's looking quite likely. Both of them are weak to that Gastrodon. Flare into Raichu's Protect. Arcanine Snarls. I want to reduce the damage of that Earth Power by as much as possible. That's what it is. I could have done with getting the knockoff onto that Gastrodon, actually. Here comes the Earth Power. Don't think it will knock Arcanine out, but it's certainly very close. Yeah. Very, very close. So at this stage, what can I do? I eventually decide on protecting with Arcanine to try and recover back as much HP as possible. But the Flare Blitz targets Raichu, prevents me from getting an attack away. And he's not going to survive that. A lot of recoil and the Earth Power into the Protect. So I'm kind of finished here, but I decide I may as well try for a double Protect, recover as much HP as possible. which you'll see next turn. Okay, but it doesn't work. And it's, the match is concluded at that point. So yeah, good game, good game. So that brings my record to 1-1 there, and after 2 rounds, so we're at the halfway point. But yeah, that was a good match. And Jamie was saying afterwards, his brother had a team with the same steel, dragon and fairy core, but instead of Scizor and Sylveon, you had Ferrothorn and Gardevoir. The idea being that the Gardevoir has ally switch, so if you have those two on the field and your opponent targets both of them, you can just swap them, and you know, something takes Iron Barbs and Rocky Helmet to the face and the other thing does nothing. Or something like that. I can't remember the specifics. But yeah, that was the second match. On to the next one then, after the cut. Okay, so the next one against, their username was Alios. I didn't write down what their actual name was, so I'm sorry if you're watching, but I can't remember your name. I can remember what he looked like, but I don't know. I don't think if I describe him, you'll know who he is. You'd have to know him. But yeah, so he brought these Pokemon. His other ones were a Virizion and an Aegislash, which I think quite sensibly he left behind. He went for Rain Mode, with that Porygon there as well. I don't know whether he was going for a... I wondered whether he might have a Trick Room vibe, but all of his other Pokemon were too fast. Swampert, Virizion, Aegislash, Politoed, Kingdra. Yeah, so I think the Porygon is just there as a tank. Porygon 2. And again, see, it's the thing of you don't get if you don't practice a lot in these sort of live environments, or indeed battling at all. Although there's a bit more pressure live when there's someone sat opposite you. It's really weird. Yeah, I didn't stop to consider what his Mega was. And in hindsight, it's obvious because there's only one option. It's those little sort of things you don't think about when you're actually there. And well, we'll get on to the other thing a bit later on, but let's get on with this match. See, I wasn't sure if he was going to go for Rain Mode or what. I just went with leads that I thought were safe. And it now becomes obvious that it is Rain Mode. But yeah, I brought Suicune with me because I thought if he's going to play Rain, I can at least do a bit more damage myself. He just switches out with that Sylveon there. His attack goes up, which is, I mean, not too useful in the long run against those two, and because he doesn't really have physical attacks, does he, Porygon 2? Suicune comes in, make the most of this rain, and I'm expecting some sort of either Dragon move from Kingdra, or I was actually expecting an Ice Beam from Politoed, but it was an Icy Wind in the end. Into that Suicune, and a Hyper Voice. Not super effective, but look at the damage. This is why so many people use Sylveon. The nickname, incidentally, I saw on one of Aaron Zeng's Road to Ranked videos. One of his opponents had it, and I thought it was quite funny. So yeah, the Encore fails there, because I switched, and I get up my Tailwind. Now I know he's not Trick Room as well. I assume he isn't Trick Room if he's going for sort of Swift Swim, Rain shenanigans. And there we go, get rid of the Eviolite. I was like, how did you know? I was sat there thinking, well, it's kind of obvious what it is. Probably the intent of his joke. And a pretty safe Snarl there. I know they're not going to be doing too much damage to me. And yeah, he's obviously hoping for the burn with that Scold. Nothing doing. Okay, next turn I take out Scizor because he can't really do anything against these two. He's knocked off the Eviolite, that's all that matters in my opinion. And out comes nickname again. Song of Storms. I didn't notice that when we were playing. Scold onto Porygon 2, now safely able to knock it out without that 50% special defense boost that Eviolite gives. And defense, of course. And the Scold aiming for that Scizor. Not doing very much against Salamence, obviously. And Botanophobia, I was like, what is this? But it's a Swampert, and the name makes... it's quite funny. It makes a lot of sense. So yeah, I'm pretty safe here, I think, but I'm just really worried about that Mega Swampert, because it is something I've considered using myself. With that Swift Swim, he ends up as quite fast. Not against Tailwind, but still. Does he double protect? No, no. But I do double edge into that protect. And then end up snarling as well. Because I didn't consider that it was obviously going to be Mega Swampert. I thought, oh, sometimes Swamperts carry Ice Beam. That's why I was just taking it out. But yeah, if I'd have considered it was Mega Swampert, I would have not done that. But oh well. It's got quite high defenses, Swampert, Mega Swampert. I'm a bit worried about it because I don't have a grass move. But the Waterfall not doing a lot. Doing more than it would do normally because of the rain, but he can handle that quite well. And Double Edge does a huge amount of damage. I was well chuffed by that. And a Scold onto Suicune as well. He obviously wants rid of this Suicune, I think it's safe to say. I don't know if he was predicting a Protect from Salamence there. And the Scold from Suicune there just does the job. So, I mean, I was worried about Mega Swampert, but I think I needn't have been by the looks of things. My team handled it quite well, so that's something to be proud of. I'm so proud of you guys. And the Muddy Water. Knocking out Suicune, and the accuracy drop is... we're in the mood for shenanigans, it seems. Yeah, and getting rid of him, because I want to make sure that he can do more rain. So even though I sacrifice myself, it's for the greater good. Don't want any more rain. What's that Kingdra's about? And out they come. Another Muddy Water. Takes out Scizor and gets the accuracy drop. So he could still win this. It's by far from a foregone conclusion, but the Hyper Voice connects and it is all over. They think it's all over because it was. So yeah, that was a good game. And it put me up 2-1 going into the final battle, so I will see you at that battle. Okie dokie, so this one is against Harry, whose name is Harry, so I didn't need to write it down. You can see his Pokemon there, as well as that he had a Cobalion and a Braviary. Interesting to see Staraptor and Braviary on different teams, and then Virizion on Alios' team, whatever his real name was, and then a Cobalion here, rather than the more common Terrakion. It's quite interesting. But anyway, so yeah, this one, good god. I saw his team and I thought, yeah, Altarium, Milotic, Ampharos, Cobalion, Excadrill, Braviary, and I thought, I'm not looking forward to this team, pretty much. I mean, it turned out not too bad, if I'm honest, but personally, I don't think I have... I mean, even where the matchups might be good, I don't think I can really do enough to actually knock his people out. That's the problem. And I saw the Milotic and thought, right, don't lead with Arcanine then, because of the competitive. I might boost its special attack, double its special attack. So I led with Salamence, didn't I? Completely forgot that it had Intimidate. But oh, it gets worse. So, here they are. The moment of confusion on my face when this happens. I'm like, why is competitive activating? It's not an active ability. Oh, hang on. Whoops. So yeah. Tried to try and make the best of a bad situation though. Why not? And I just went straight for the Earthquake. I thought, let's try and take him out. Thought, I've got to go for it here because he can just take me straight out. So I may as well. That Citrus Berry is a bit annoying though. Bulky Ampharos. Wasn't expecting that, especially a non-Mega Ampharos. And again, the Milotic was at +2, so I thought I need to lower its special attack. I'll use Snarl. I just what a plethora of mistakes. But anyway, the match continued. Icy Wind is super effective and he's at +3, so yeah. Turned bottom to Suicune. At least one of us survived that turn. I couldn't believe that. I can't believe... I mean, fair enough, you forget and you need to Intimidate, but then using Snarl as well? Jesus Christ. Okay, in comes Scizor. And I knock off the Milotic here. And would you look at that? The luck is on my side. Absolutely fantastic. I was just knocking off its leftovers, but yeah, I'll take that. And a Scold, not knocking out Ampharos, not by a long way. But I was hoping for a burn or something similar. And in comes Excadrill. It's going to be the fastest Pokemon on the field now. He does protect though, and I think a Scold went straight into him. Yeah, I do bug bite the Ampharos with Sizzle though to get rid of it. It looked like it was going to stop. I was a bit worried, but I was more or less convinced it would work. So yeah, in the end, choosing the wrong target with the Skull didn't really matter there. And in comes Altaria, who becomes Mega. You actually get an Iron Head from what's he called? What is he called? Excadrill. So yeah, here I should have bullet punched the Altaria. Instead I did that, which was a bad move really, because then Altaria has Flamethrower for some reason. I mean, I don't think I would have knocked Altaria out, but it was still the wrong move because I had Arcanine in the back who could easily take care of Excadrill. Yeah, so I mean, Rock Slide from Excadrill. Doing a lot of damage. And again, I should have just used Flamethrower, because if I'd used Flamethrower, I would have just knocked him out. Easy. And I would have only been 1v1, which is a far different situation to be in. But instead, I tried to burn the Altaria thing. It always got bulk, I need to whittle it down. So yeah, another bad move there. So I'm just going for recovery now. He does use Earthquake though to finish me off. So a bit more damage from more damage done onto Altaria. And I try for another Protect to try and survive. Doesn't work. And he gets the Earthquake away. So that's yeah, that's a record of 2-2 then. And really frustrating, all the mistakes I made in that match. Incredibly frustrating. Seeing as everyone who was 3-1 made top cut, the top four. I think it was 4-0 and then 3-1, 3-1, 3-1. So that was disappointing. I could have got some championship points. I mean, I'm under no illusion. I'm not going to get to Worlds now, but it would have been nice just to have some. It would have been nice to make top cut. You know what I mean? I'm the first one. Have that go into that best of 3 scenario and what have you. It just would have been nice. Oh well, what can you do? I suppose I did get a lot of luck with that that critical hit against Milotic as well, didn't I? But yeah. So that was that. Good fun all round. Good fun to be had. Lost track of what I was saying there really, but yeah, it was good fun. It was nice chatting to all the people there. It was nice to hear from a Worlds competitor in Jamie Miller that my team was very good. I was quite chuffed with that. But yeah, looking forward to Nationals now. I'm hoping I can do well. I just want to see. I did Nationals last year and went 4-4 before I sort of was into this properly. I went to this Premier Challenge and went 2-2. I really should have been 3-1. So, you know, if you double the 2-2, because it's going to be over 8 rounds or more, it would be 4-4 again. So I'm hoping I can double that 3-1 and make it 6-2. Although the standard would be much better at Worlds. I just want to have more wins than losses. That's the main thing. 5-3 is an improvement over last year. And it sounds a lot better than saying I won 4 and lost 4. Saying I won 5 and lost 3. Do you know what I mean? So just an improvement every time. That's all I can ask for at the bare minimum. And hopefully next season, these Premier Challenges in Yeovil, i.e. the only ones that I can really get to very easy. By the way, Yeovil's quite nice. I walked through a lovely park on my way to the Labour Club for the Premier Challenge from the train station. It's quite nice, but it's like any other place where you go down you're down on the high street and there's a sort of horrible looking buildings there. There's a lot of Polish as well, which I found quite odd. It wouldn't strike me as some. I always thought the immigrants went to the cities rather than the villages in the middle of nowhere. But hey, anyone from Yeovil, I'm sorry, but your village is in the middle of nowhere. That's why Hardane was there. There was 11 people. yeah, 11? Yeah, it was 11. 11 people there yesterday, which is quite something, isn't it? Yeah, so hopefully next season, if Susie, if you're watching, please check the Bristol City fixture list before you organise these. And have them not on those days, please, because it's the first one I've had a chance to get to. I've dropped my CeeLo again. And, you know, if I'd have been able to go to them throughout the season, I would have got more practice in with this sort of situation. I would have actually known some of the people there, which would have been a bit different as well. So, yeah, what I'm saying is, the reason I didn't win this last match is essentially all the tournament organisers' fault for for not organising these on the days that she should have. So, I'll leave you with that thought, and onwards to the Nationals next week. Last year, the Nationals, they kind of use their own little software. You log on to the, so you don't log on, you connect to the software via your 3DS, and you can't save battle videos, which is the stupidest thing ever. So, I mean, I haven't seen anyone say that you could, because I imagine if you could, people would be going, yay, this is great. But it'd be nice if you could save battle videos, because then I could do a retrospective of that as well, and you'd have at least 8 more matches to look forward to. But I don't think I will be able to save battle videos. So you just have to look forward to one of those write-ups like I did for last year's, where I couldn't remember what my opponents were called or what Pokemon they had. So yeah, good. Oh no, I remember what Pokemon they had now because I've started taking notes. So you'll get that at least, but I'm not going to start noting down what everyone did every turn, because I can only think of so many things at once, and writing and playing Pokemon is too much for me. I barely remember to cross out people's Pokemon when they got knocked out in the battles yesterday. Anyway, thank you very much for watching.